Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Fury of Dracula. We've got some more analysis with myself and Rossco. Evening, Rossco.
Good evening, hello.
And we are going to be checking out Strider656's latest game, which got posted. We're recording this on Wednesday, 26th. Going into the 27th by the time we finish this, and this was recorded yesterday, I think. We're playing a game as Hunters against Quincy. So just for people to know, I know nothing about this game. I don't know the result. All I see is just it's an hour and 5 minutes long. That's all I know. Roscoe, you checked out a little bit of the game, right? So you know the result, but there might be some bits and pieces that you don't know.
Yeah, I basically just jumped to the last 5 minutes of it to see what it was about. So I don't know any of the game up until the last 5 minutes of it. So
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll do it like similar to last time, where we'll mute the game sound from Strider's perspective, because obviously Strider's recording this live on YouTube and has his own commentary. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out Strider's point of view. And what we can do is we can maybe just skip to the start of the game. So Jesus, it's only just over an hour. So that immediately screamed to me is either it's a really, really quick hunter victory, or a lot of things happen in a very short period of time. I don't know. That's, for me, that always screams like quick hunter victory to me. That's what it looks like. But then, from this, Quincy's a very experienced player, and obviously Strider first tournament has maybe like only played a handful of games as Hunters. Doing alternative setup. Interesting.
I've seen a couple of players doing that one now.
I'm going to call that the Fangs of Fire setup, because I think he's the first to have done it. I think Pyro Joe's one is the Milan Munich start. Quincy's is the Munich Vienna. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see. I've watched a couple of Strider's games. I think
we did one. We did one last week, I think.
We did one, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But I can't remember now who the hell that was. Was that with Fangs? Oh, he was Dracula against Fangs of Fire. That's right. Yeah. And there's a whole thing in Lisbon. Yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. Well, we'll see. If there's anything particularly you want to pause at, just tell me, Rossco, and we'll have a look. But obviously, first week,
should be fun.
Just normal supplying stuff. So only if we get really, really powerful event cards, we'll obviously make note of it, and Rossco will probably rant about the luck.
Absolutely. If he gets, I mean, the thing is, I was looking at this based on as at last Sunday when we did the last set of results. Strider he's 1-1 and lost 6 in the American group, and Quincy was on 5-2. So they were both sitting on 7 games played. So they both had a game in hand. So this is now, I think it's Strider's second game of this week. So we'll wait and see where this. So I mean, there's ramifications on whoever wins this is going to move one up or one down or what have you. So it's a tight.
Well, can you tell the folks at home sort of the ramifications at the top of the table? Because obviously Quincy's near the top. But how would if Quincy did win this, then how would it mean in terms of like him overtaking Pizza Wizard potentially?
Pizza Wizard and Randiv are both sitting on 6-2 and played 8 games. If Quincy wins this, he'll be 6-2 with his 8th game. So the 3 will be tied at the top.
So all kind of IDS then. Wow.
Yeah.
Very close.
You've got the Pizza Wizard's IDS is 38, Quincy's is 33, and Randiv's is 14. So that would obviously move Quincy up to second, depending on what his IDS is. And then you've got Fangs is 3 and 5. Yeah, so the Fangs, Pirate Joe, and Strider are kind of fighting for the rest. Again, I've not seen any of Pizza Wizard or Randiv's matches this week, if they've played yet, or even if they haven't. So this is purely based on last Sunday's scores, and obviously this game will be based on this coming Sunday's figures. So,
Ally. Yeah. Got Aggie and Plate. Yeah.
Yes.
Old Aggie.
And I like the fact now Strider seems to have clicked on the camera, so we're getting the full map now.
Yeah.
That's nice. That helps. I mean, it helps when you're playing. I don't know how you can play when when you're looking right at a hunter. It's pretty claustrophobic.
I do, yeah. I find the same as well. Yeah. Once That's a bit unfortunate. He got surprise return right after clicking Aggie in, but he wasn't to know that. You had no idea.
No.
Yeah.
It's handy to have though. If you get
Yeah.
a Harker or someone or Rufus later, then it's always
Sure.
you've always got that extra search option. So
of course you can. Yeah, or you could swap one in and swap one out later or something. Yeah.
So they've played local rumours, which did nothing. Evil Presence didn't reveal anything, which is to be expected. So it's quite good actually having Mina where she is rules out Marseille, anywhere north Italy.
Oh, there's two white ones already as well. It's all looking pretty good.
Jesus.
No, one horse as well. Mina's fairly well equipped with a knife and a rifle. So and with planned ambush. So yeah, she's pretty safe. That's good to see from that perspective. But obviously, the fact they're separated, they can't trade, but that's okay. All right, doing classic Mr. X stuff. Just because we off camera before we started the game, we were just chatting shite about football and just also a few of Dracula stuff. I was going to make a comment, Rossco, that you were complaining about night supplies and getting Dracula cards. In the match, Burke Marley played against me. Burke Marley did 5 night supplies and he got 100 events every single time.
Wow.
So yeah, I was a tad.
You must have been kicking off.
I was a tad fuming. I must admit, I was a tad fuming at that. Yeah, I was.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, where's his car? I mean, yeah, you wouldn't expect that. That's crazy.
Now this is an issue because you've now got 2 fucking horses on the same guy, and you're gonna have to trade. Now, do you commit and get rid of the horse? I think you trade. I think you get Mina up there to trade. But you're gonna have to do it now. I don't know if she has a yellow 2 ticket. That's the only downside to this, because you could have traded the horse over last night. That's decent. Since emergency, it's a good card.
I mean, I think the Genoa start probably.
Oh fucking hell! Oh Jesus!
Right, they're all out. Oh, Jesus Christ! Right,
I mean, that's good. As well, he's got 2 tickets as well.
Yeah.
That is going to be movement. And Quincy, I'm not saying it as Quincy specifically, but just Dracula in general might not expect you to have all your horses out that fucking early. So you check. Where you check? You've got Valona and Paris. Oh, you're gonna have to go up to Vienna. Good, well played. Yep, that's totally the right call.
Again, though, I think that the Genoa start probably that's just shown there why it's not the most effective, because had she just started with Godalming, and you would just be able to do a trade, you would have lost. You could have just kept the items around and all the rest of it. She's now wasted a day trip going there, so it's not probably the most ideal. I get it where you can try to block out, but you can't even psychic bond without moving somebody to her. So
but
I'm not sure it's the.
What I would do here is I'd actually give Godalming the rifle, so then the rifle gets discarded, and then you could trade the rifle back to Mina later. So then Dracula doesn't know, does she have the rifle now or not? That's what I would do. And then if Godalming supplies, then you have to ditch one rifle. It's fine. Because the problem is now Dracula has it free information. Oh, he's got the rifle and fast horse. There's only one thing. Yeah. I think the only good thing about it is because of the fact that that's good because you can get up to Paris. Because she started in Genoa, she's probably I don't know where Dracula started, but Dracula would not have started in Italy. The fact that Mina was sitting right there, but then she just purely moves up. So then that whole part of the map, which I don't like, because obviously, as I said in my Hunter videos and things. No, you don't need to trade. You just don't. The whole. I think because you could have caught him there in Austria-Hungary. To be fair, Bari and Naples are really hard places to get to because you need movement cards. Fast horses is not good enough. You need a sense of emergency or a charter carriage. Or is that Ireland? Oh, he's done that to me before. He's done an Island start against me. That screams Island. But the fact that she was sitting there, that blocks it.
But then again, that's nice.
That's very good.
If you start in Barry, you've got you know by the time Mina sits there, she then has to either move up to Godalming like she has now, which then frees up Italy.
Yeah.
And if you were up to Rome, or you get to Florence, you can then rule form, depending on what they do.
But would you have really started in Italy knowing that Mina's sitting right there?
I think. Well, I mean, is that option? Is it? Is like, would you assume that a hunter wouldn't? So then you do. And then
Yep.
You know, it's one of those where do you risk who's going to move first kind of thing. So, whereas like a Munich start, sorry, I beg your pardon. A Milan start. Sorry, if you have to do trading like we saw there, they can just move by road to Munich and do a trade without having to burn any tickets or.
But I think it's fine because I think like they're doing a horse economy, so getting a yellow 2 into the pile is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, but I mean that's because they have it. I mean, if they didn't have,
Yeah,
if your
that.
ticket situation and you're struggling, you don't want, you know,
Yeah,
and all of a sudden you're then struggling. You can't get from Genoa to Godalming or vice versa.
yeah.
Whereas you don't have to worry about tickets if you can just walk.
This is a bit of an awkward situation because Seward doesn't have horses. You don't really want to get a white one
You
on
don't
him.
want to get a second. No,
No.
you want to leave. Yeah, you want to kind of leave Seward as that until he can trade maybe with Godalming with Van Helsing in Paris or something.
Yeah, agreed. But I think
Because
this
yeah,
looks like
I've done that. You've two white ones in Spain and you don't have the horses. You're like, plus you know the horses are out, so there's no chance of getting them. It's like, oh, for
yeah.
fuck's sake.
There is a thing that we ought to consider. There's no stakes are out yet, and there's a rumor token. So that's a little bit scary. I think Van Helsing might have to move to like Liverpool just in the off chance, unless he did go into southern Italy and then he's hopping across now to Verona, say, or going to Rhenian Mediterranean and then does something.
I know Quincy in the past has done that. When he does that, he plays a hide to delay, you know, the rumour token anyway. So it could well be.
But then you'd think he would have done 3 spaces in Ireland, right? The initial vampire hide and then move somewhere else. Unless he started in the wrong place. Oh, I don't know. But he's landed whatever happens, so it's either Adriatic or Ireland.
I guess by not doing that though, you know, if someone did get hired scouts and they check one of the other, you've then got a 50% chance that they won't find you. If you've moved Dublin and Galway,
Yeah,
they
that's
can
true.
get you both. So there's
Yeah.
an option that you choose the wrong one, and it hasn't revealed them if that's the case.
Oh, that's actually really good to see. No fighter vampires from a hunter perspective. So yeah, I was going to ditch the fog. Don't desecrate soul though. You have to be aware of that because you know. I think there's only one heavenly host has come out from Seward, and that could well mean as well. I can get some health back, or if not, it's just going to rinse through these.
Oh, Jesus Christ! That's a strong.
This
Nice.
is
Okay.
perfect. Just rule out Ireland. I just rule out instantly.
Yes, yeah, good man. Yeah, do them both. Just rule them out.
And if you don't, then you know there's not many other places it could be. He doesn't have any.
He won't be in No, he can't be. No.
That's impossible. Ah, he
Couldn't have been in
he picked it already. Yikes, he didn't pick Ireland. Oh man, because he could have been in Dublin.
Yeah.
Dublin Hyde.
That's the problem. So yeah, you have to now you're forced to move Van Helsing. It just checks Swansea, Liverpool if he has there.
I promise Cagliari is impossible because you can't be on it and Mystery Air, so that's a wasted surge, unfortunately. Oh.
Okay, that's good.
I think you gotta keep the stake, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then reveal the horse. But the problem is, from that way, I mean, that's pretty good. Do you just use
I'd be tempted.
Just use it.
There's no paper reports. Hired scouts have been used, multiple. I think you just use that tonight, find out where he is. Because if he's in the UK now, then at least you can start moving so he can get up there. Van Helsing can brace himself.
He can't get there in time because he moves to Liverpool. He doesn't have excellent weather, and if there's a hide card, it's going to be impossible. So he can't.
Oh no, I mean it's more about actually just knowing where he is to kind of block him into the UK.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think I don't normally like using hypnosis this early, but maybe in this situation you might just do it.
Bear in mind, obviously UK covers Dublin as well. So if he isn't there, you don't have to worry about it being. You know, you can start moving around trying to find where else he would. Like you say, it could have well been Barry to Bologna after he did the hired scout search. Yeah, the rumour tokens, and again, he's not had any newspapers, which is unusual.
I mean, he only missed one supply because of moving Mina up. So yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. So yeah, it looks like he might just get 7 points really quickly here, unless yeah, probably. Oh, that's decent though. Yeah, I'd keep the knife.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Okay.
So
Okay.
because you got to. Yeah, that's the issue. You can only keep one gun. So I don't know if that's really as. I'd rather have 2 weapons, but blood
Yeah.
transfusion. That's unfortunate. I get it. Being a little bit different, it might put Dracula off a bit. I'd just ditch the dogs at this point. Yeah, that's right. Man, yeah, this is a bit awkward.
I mean, the other thing Dracula could have done was he could have done the non-start and went to sea and landed in. Because he checked goalie, didn't he? So that was fine. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think you just use.
Yeah. Maybe you do just use it.
Or he's thinking, well, look, it's going to get revealed tomorrow.
Yeah. So
do I just save my hypnosis for late game?
Yeah.
That's always the other option.
I think maybe just do that, and because it's going to get revealed, it'll reveal the locations. Then it's not going to be too hard to work out what sea space he's in.
Yeah.
Unless he's done something a little bit sneaky, where he started in southern Italy and has gone up to Genoa by sea. But then I guess, that could work, because then imagine if Naples matured, then you don't know if he went Naples to Rome, Turin, and Genoa, or Naples Bari, then across to Verona.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good. And because Romina moving, because she had to.
It freed it all up. Yep.
Yep.
That makes sense to me. Yep. Just play it, unless it's a hoax. But like the fact it's got rumor token, I doubt it. Right? I mean, you've got a day, so you can night supply that all in time. Just get as well equipped as you can. Mina can't really supply too much because she's got 3 really good stuff. I guess you ditch the planned ambush.
That's fine.
2 hide scouts have been used. Oh man, that's a good event.
Come on!
I
I'm
guess
starting to get angry.
you ditch the planned ambush. I guess I do like a planned ambush.
Yeah, but you don't. The thing is, with planned ambush, if you got a heroic leap, you kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of you don't need it then anymore, do you?
No.
Yeah. It depends if you got a follow up. Heroic leap feels really bad if you use it and then suddenly there's no follow up and Jack goes, "Oh, I'll just heal," and then that's it.
I guess so. The other thing you could have done was get rid of sense of emergency. You've got 3 hunters with fast horses, and really, those guys can jump on Drac. Then you don't have to worry about sewage. So you just get rid of it, and he just gets wherever he is by train, or he gets chartered carriage, and then that way you've got planned ambush. You've got heroic leap, because again, if you heroic leap him and he feeds, at least you've got a planned ambush for the next battle.
Because I think doesn't Seward have sense of emergency as well?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he does. So do you need 2 sense of emergencies?
Oh well, if that's the case, no, you would have got rid of it then, yeah. I would have got rid of.
He
does, yeah, you're right.
He does have it, yeah. Yeah, you can just see it at the bottom there, yeah. He's got blood transfusion. Oh wait, no. Just supply. You've committed to supplying instead of playing hypnosis. So just double down on it. I'd ditch the stake. You've got 1 stake already.
Get rid of the bullets.
Yeah, there you go. Good. I'd rather have had a knife heavenly hose, but honestly, that's fine. It's okay. I think you just double down on it now. Say, oh, he's gonna get 7 points. I don't care. I'm just gonna supply up. Oof, that's a bit unfortunate.
Get a newspaper report now would.
Yeah, or you might get a vampire lair. Oh, I mean that's good. You can search with it though. Search with it. Yeah, because you got surprise return, so you're good to search.
Your search Liverpool, you could do a search Swansea and just rule that out because you've got your surprising, I guess.
Yeah.
No, you've got to rule out UK, I think.
Unless he thought he went to Ireland and he's landed back in France. Yeah, I would have done the same. I would have point straight because you're quite likely to, because especially if both evil presences have been used. Oh, there's a local. Oh, he might find him. Oh, is he beside him?
Manchester.
Oh,
it's got to be one of the 2.
Wow. Do you not? I'm just going to say that now. Do you not realize that's the last one of those cards? He had both evil presence and a local rooms already. That's from a Dracula's perspective. That's really unfortunate.
And again, that's one of the things about not moving hunters if you don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could be forced to I better do something. If Van Helsing had gone to sea,
Drac
would have just been floating about the UK.
So it was
I
Ireland.
did not either. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, so it was Dublin.
It
So
was
he must
Dublin.
have Dublin head.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's done his hide.
But like in the end, I don't think it would have made too much difference because Van Helsing wasn't going to get there because he didn't have excellent weather. He didn't have a stake. There's going to be a guardian. Honestly, best case scenario, Van Helsing is there with Dracula. No, hold the surprise return. If he does lots of sea travel, you can. Strider's got to be a little bit careful here because UK Drac is can be really awkward. If Van Helsing dies too fast before the others come in, then that's a problem. But then if you don't move quickly enough, then Dracula kind of can just escape again, and then you've overcommitted. This is going to be very interesting in terms of game management, how Strider deals with this. I don't think he's ever had to deal with this situation before. Maybe he has. I've not seen all his games. No. You want that 3-2. You need the 3-2. You can't back out of it now. Oh man.
No, it's just.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, that's right.
It all worked out.
The good thing with this is when Dublin and matures, Swansea's burnt as well. So then
Yeah.
it only has to worry about Manchester, Liverpool.
Liverpool. Yeah. Yeah. And then now the
He's
fact.
not going to wolf back to, so he's probably going to go Edinburgh and try and get out. So you want to block and then stick Rufus in, force him 2Cs. Then
Then he's down to like 9 health, and then yeah.
Different story. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, because he's moving to the UK, so horses aren't as vital. So the fact he hasn't got that last white one, it doesn't really matter too much. He can work around it. So yeah, Dragon's gonna get 7 points, which obviously is not great, but honestly, the fact he's got Van Helsing, it'd been worse if Van Helsing had left and gone to Ireland, and then Dragon's got free reign of UK. That'd have been dreadful. CG would have been really nice, but doesn't have it. But that's okay. He's got all the Heavenly Host set up though, so when he does,
he has. Yeah, I mean, if he had CG and he could have blocked him when he landed, and
he would have.
been
But in Manchester, he just
fantastic.
would have instantly died. He's got the 3 Heavenly Hosts out. He would have just died on the spot. Consecrated nuke.
No, you don't need that. Leave that.
Nah, just leave it be.
You should take the 2 damage when you go to sea first anyway.
Yeah.
If he can get Godalming and Mina positioned in Germany and force Drac to a second sea, then bring in Rufus.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
It also depends though, because it's kind of one of these awkward things that you want. Because if it's but then Van Helsing should get the heroic leap, but then he's like the one hunter that, because he's got a lower health pool, he might just die. Draco might just commit to kill him. It's tricky.
Yeah, Paris is the right move.
I don't know. I feel like maybe going to Bordeaux, because you can get to the UK quicker, but then you're going to the wrong side of the UK, right? You're going to Swansea rather than going. He's up in Edinburgh now. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be more inclined to just let Van Helsing kind of clean up what's there of these 3 positions where they are.
Does Van Helsing even bother to engage with Drac or not, or he just mops up the encounters?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, now he's moved. See, so the options are now.
Oh, he could wolf form down to London.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't realise that Swansea got cleared off the trail when the Dublin thing matured. He has no excellent weather, which is kind of unfortunate. Excellent weather would be perfect here, because you could have done something really cool with renewed vigor, where Van Helsing goes up to Edinburgh, and then Mina renews vigors in, albeit the 2 weaker hunters, but 2v1, and they got a heroic leap, by the way. So if things were going really bad with the encounter, then Mina could just heroic leap him. And one FoD got taken.
And she's got the planned ambush for the following fight.
That's
she
true.
Wouldn't have lost any weapons, so
you could actually you could potentially do it with planned ambush for the first one, and then if Dracula sticks around, then you heroic leap or something. You got a couple of ways you could do it. It's up to you. However you feel. Well, I mean, horse economy is pretty good apart from that last glue ticket, but honestly, at the moment, it's not. I'm gonna be interested. Is Dracula gonna wolf form down to London, or is he gonna stay put?
He has got hide back now, so he could do a hide in Edinburgh.
That's what he's done. Yeah, that's what he's done.
I think that's the wise move. Again, it's just another delay.
Yeah, it's now going to cause lots of issues for the hunters. No.
No.
Well, he could, but he'd have to supply with Mina before she moves. Don't play with Figure now. No. You don't want to do that. You want to do it for when he lands off the UK, or if you're going to commit hunters onto the UK. You don't do it now. when they're leaving
Yeah.
port. No. Good. That's the right move. Hold it. You've got time. You've given up 7 points, which is terrible, but that's not really his fault. I mean, yeah, he would have discovered Island, but the timing was wrong. He wouldn't have got there anyway. Well, you'd had to blow renewed vigor, and even then, depending on what the delay card was.
I mean, when he got his first hired scouts, and if he'd done a double check on Island, he would have found him.
Yeah.
So he would have theoretically had time to get over there.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends what the hide was and if he had the tools to do it. And then, as you say, once you do that, he just jumps to sea and swaps and comes back, and you leave UK wide open. So,
yeah.
But then again, you could have moved Seward up into the UK.
Move Seward up sooner to like Bordeaux or Paris to threaten.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those.
This is going to be very interesting in terms of game management if Strider couldn't do it. I find out of all the things, UK is one of like the hardest things because just overcommitting and undercommitting is just so easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard.
The only way really you can secure is having CG. That's the only way you can try and get UK effectively, because otherwise, like you say, too few hunters, Drac's just going to kill you. And then all of a sudden your hunter's out of the UK anyway, and probably down in Madrid. And then it's like you start all over again. And, you know, at what point do the hunters move in? At what point does Dracula move out? You could just move around until they mature. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think, I mean, yeah, maybe.
That's fine. Because if Drac moves to sea now, then you can move Mina to kind of get ahead of him to the North Atlantic, and you've got Godalming covering, you've got Seward covering for Germany.
Yeah, you could also move Seward then to Nantes, so then Mina can land in Nantes with him, and they could do like a psychic scan or hypnosis or something. That's the thing, you got to try and play around the hypnosis. He's got a speedy telegraph to deal with that, which is kind of cool. Oof, okay, that's kind of awkward because now you can start with. I mean, the fact he's going to see, maybe it's not very critical. Okay, that's decent.
That's fine. Okay, that's one. That's good. That's one out of the way. And you've got time. Van Helsing's got, so he can. There's not another mature. So even if another Drac does mature, it's only going to be 10 or 9. 10 or 11.
Yeah, but you kind of don't
want
that.
Not ideal, but you're a long way away, and then obviously it's staying away from reckless vamps, isn't it? Or make sure hunters don't die. But
there is maybe a reason for making Mina land because she has a stake. So if there is a vampire suddenly here that he has to fight. We didn't see it. The problem is the thing that there could be a Wild Heavenly Host in here needed for the Desecrated Soil, right?
This could be double vamp and Drac. Mina could be dead.
Yeah.
Even with heroic leap.
If he feeds, you do not land on top of him. Yikes. See, that's an interesting move by Drac. I probably would have done the same, because then now you're suddenly thinking with Mina, do you actually commit over this? Because Renewed Vigor could just kill her. Oh no, Heroic Leap could just kill her, right?
Yeah.
Unless you... do you
I guess the other option, do you move Van Helsing in to kind of maybe clear what the hide is?
Yeah.
But then again, he's on 6 health, 2 hunters.
It's tricky. But I mean,
what does she do? Tread water?
I guess with the Renewed Vigor, you go in and then you...
Supply.
And heal if you need to. If that'll make the difference. I mean, if he plays Renewed Vigor, I kind of get it. I don't know what the Speedy Telegraph was about. I don't know how... You want to save that for the Hypnosis. That's what you really want to do.
The other option, I guess, is that, I mean, he could have gone, because when he was in Manchester, Van Helsing checked Swansea. Did he?
I know, when he's in Edinburgh, he checks Swansea. No, so he is absolutely in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you moving here? Because Van Helsing is low health. You want Mina to move in first. She's got the higher health pool to tank stuff, and then with Van Helsing you can choose. Yeah, because that's why you played Speedy Telegraph. Okay, I kind of get it. It's...
I mean, if you had an escape route, that'd be ideal.
Oh, yeah, escape route would have just been fantastic. That's the thing, you could do that with Van Helsing. You could play Renewed Vigor, get the escape route off Godalming.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, is it too bad?
You just reveal it.
Just reveal it.
Yeah, don't delete. Oh, no.
Oh. And now I can't play Heroic Leap. Oh, man.
Oh. No.
Oh man, you should just
On
reveal.
that occasion, you just reveal. Yeah, I mean, you've already got one card revealed, so.
Oh, it's just waiting on Van Helsing. Yeah, I mean now Van Helsing could walk in for free, but you have to now because you can't play Heroic Leap. I wasn't meaning going to do a fucking planned ambush.
Fuck all. She's got a stake.
To try
Well, I
to.
guess she could escape.
Oh, yeah, but oh man, it just feels terrible. Can't even knife him.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah. I mean, at that, you would just let the. It wasn't to know, but yeah, you would just reveal what you have, and then let him
Yeah.
see you've got Heroic Leap and go, right, fuck you, you're getting hit with 5 anyway. You've
Yep.
just fed,
Yep.
force you to see.
No, do not play that. You will die. Do not do that.
Does she sacrifice it?
No, I can't. I don't
She's
think you can
not.
give up so many points. That's just asking for trouble. You're giving
Only
up a
on 15 health
because
right off.
you're giving up a hypnosis for it. That's the problem, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, imagine if she had the knife, because at least she could play. Wait, where's the planned ambush?
He didn't play planned ambush though.
Oh, because you know why he ditched it. He kept it of emergency.
Oh fuck. That's right. Yeah.
Ah, of course he did. Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay,
Oh,
Mina could be dead.
Mina
Could be
could.
dead.
Do you just try to escape with Mina? Oh man, this is a. Yeah, I think you punch first. I really think you punch first, because you don't want the mesmerize first turn.
I mean, Drac could take out both hunters.
He could actually take out both hands, and that'd be game. Would it be game? Yeah, it'd be game.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That could be. How long's
Well,
left on? Oh, we can't see the video. Damn.
yeah, I can. It's we're only halfway through, so I doubt it. It's not in this
Oh
fight.
right. Okay. Right.
Let's see. Fang. Oh wow. Okay, he got away with that one. So that's 5 damage onto them. Has no great strength though.
No.
Oh man, but the problem is Mina's stuck there, right? I think feeding from Dracula was actually the right move, even if he's going to take 5 damage from this.
Yeah.
He could get, I mean, you could get 200 kills out of this, or just limit them so much. Like, you know,
Bear in mind, Aggie's in play as well, mate.
Aggie is in play, yeah. Now that's the question for Mina. What the hell do you do? Do you just try to escape in case there's a mesmerize? Do you play pistol with Van Helsing? I don't know. Do you just try to escape with both of them? Oh, man, this is this is just awful. I'm stressed fucking watching it. I'm not even playing
it's
it.
It's only round 2. That's the problem. So he hasn't burnt. He's only used his state, as strength.
Yeah,
so
no. And
if it was 3 or 4, you could see what he's used. I think she's got to try and get out.
I think you just hope that he hasn't drawn mesmerize. But he could claw he could claw Van Helsing to death.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big problem.
Then you might think Van Helsing's going to play his pistol.
Does he know he has a pistol? Oh yeah, because he showed bodyguards, didn't he? Oh, now she's fucking mesmerized,
Yeah.
and then now she's stuck on her own. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh,
Good night, Mina.
Oh, this is so good. But she couldn't have stopped the mesmerize, right? Because of the fucking she used punch first round. Oh man.
So here's the argument then. Oh well, here's the question.
Yep.
She dies. She loses Heroic Leap and she loses hypnosis anyway.
Oh, it's
so
fucking,
would it have
fucking
been
terrible?
Would it have been better using Heroic Leap, dying, getting 5 damage, and then Van Helsing does the Heavenly Host with 4?
But
or rather, you'd be out of the battle. You'd be out of a battle, yeah. So all of a sudden, he's now 5 damage. He's just fed. He's there with Van Helsing. He'd have to leave, and because now you've not been able to use Heroic Leap when if she dies, which you pretty much have to assume she will.
Yeah.
And you've lost hypnosis. It's.
Yeah, maybe. Oh fuck. Yeah, this is dreadful.
Or
if only he didn't
Leap.
reveal the fucking knife, because I think you just reveal everything. Because if Dracula knows you have Heroic Leap, who cares? It really doesn't matter, because he can't feed again. He's going to have to Dark Claw on top of you. And what you can do, if you were really, really scared of him staying in place with a Dark Claw, you could trade Escape Route around, and you might be able to get out of it. And then at least you've used Heroic Leap. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is awful. Because oh wait, hang on a minute. Because he did Speedy Telegraph, right? So he could have traded Escape Route off Godalming now with Van Helsing, and then at night traded it to her. So then for the day fight, she could Escape Route and then leave by sea or something. Yeah, it all came down because he got rid of the knife. Yeah, even if you lose one white ticket, who cares? You're in an area of the map where horses don't matter. Oh man, that spy bodyguards combo. I mean, fair enough. Like that was Drac played in the right order, but that potentially could be like the game like really going away from the hunters. Oh man.
That was it. Yeah, that was the problem. Because again, she.
I don't know what you do here. I think, oh fuck, this is so bad because like Dracula could just play anything, and if he does anything apart from plot when you punch or mesmerize, obviously, but if he does any sort of aggressive card, you take even more damage. And there's now two ways you can die from this: from a bite or from like normal death. If he claws you, it's the worst case scenario because then he could just do anything. He could play claws or fangs to kill you next, right? Oh man. Oh man, that's like the worst kit. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm so happy the camera's not turned on because I'm just so stressed. Oh man. Oh, I'm in physical pain. Like, I'm not saying this is bad play, but this is just like such an awkward situation to be in.
To lose 2 power cards like that as well.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
That's the only problem. That was the only.
here's the thing. If we're gonna have to, oh man, yeah, you don't survive against this. The only way you survive if Dracula's literally drawn no other card apart from Mesmerize and Plot, and he's got 3 escapes.
Aye.
Yeah. I don't think he has. It's surely not. Nah, fair play. Fair play to Drac. Yeah.
So he gets the points, doesn't get the health, because Aggie will take that back off him.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be down to 9, and if he goes to C again by 2 moves, he's then on 5 health, and he's used his feet.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, but then
it's not, you know, you've got 3 hunters there. I mean, Van Helsing, you've only got Manchester to clear in UK.
Yeah. Yep.
Mina will get punted to Madrid, but she can just crack on, start healing up, and again, because of the rail, she can get up to Seward.
Yeah.
So the only problem is the hypnosis is the issue, because if he goes, well, I mean, the problem is now, if he goes more than 3 Cs,
he's got
going to be
fucking
struggling.
Mystic Research. I wouldn't have
Right.
night supplied them with Godalming. I would have done it when Mina was in hospital to get tooled up quicker. That's just me.
She needs to move out and do that, yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, she lost a stake as well. Oh my god. Imagine if Manchester's a fucking fighting vampire. Oh, you're going to have to move. Sue's not going to get there in time. Oh, now you get newspaper? That's fucking dreadful, look.
Well, Van Helsing's fine. I mean, he's got 2 days. He can sit where he is. If Drac fucks off, he can heal up, he can supply and try and get something else.
I wouldn't have supplied with Seward there. You have to supply with Van Helsing. You need to get something. You need to get another item of some sort.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, even if Drac does Dark Claw, he's down by 2, but then Van Helsing's on 5 health. Yeah, I suppose he could still.
It's a day fight. I mean, yeah, 4 health is actually pretty ropey for a night fight. A day fight, it could turn against you, yeah.
The only thing would have been if Godalming had excellent weather and he stays in fights and you could jump Godalming on, kill him. But
yeah, which is fair enough. I mean, maybe that might make the night supply worthwhile. You might just get it. Okay, he's going
go
to
to see. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you don't.
I think you get surprised return and get Rufus in.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh, look at that. Oh Jesus.
No.
Pains me. Yeah, just save it. That's the only good thing out of this? Yep, well played. Yep, I totally agree with that.
But yep. Ally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh.
Ally. Oh Jesus Christ.
Whew. Yeah.
Okay. So he's taking the 2 regardless, I guess.
No, but it's good now because then it's forcing then Drac to.
Aye. Yeah.
It means he's going to definitely take 2. He's not going to just land in like Hamburg or something. Stay where you are. I think you just stay on the mainland. He might actually do an English channel and double back into UK. So I think just sinking and supplying is the right thing to do. You got blood transfusion. I mean, you can get rid of Vampire there, maybe. Oh man. The problem is, but look. Oh, because he got a point from biting her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! He just walks onto a reckless vampire and then he just dies or something. Oh. I would have saved the supply for Van Helsing because because he's only got 1 now supply. The deck's reset, but no fucking Seward's left with no fucking movement. Oh, I mean, he's got a sense of emergency at least. That's the only good thing about this. He needs to get to Godalming to trade the tickets.
He does, yeah.
Oh, I mean, well, that's fair enough as well, to be honest. I mean, I can't.
That's good.
Do not. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, do you risk it? Oh, he is, okay.
I think.
But you've got to check it.
I guess so. Oh,
Okay.
but then if it's a night fight with a vampire. Oh. Oh, he could just die. Oh man. I mean, you've got 6 health. Oh, but he can't kill a new vampire on his own. Even a reckless is hard without a knife. He fucking mesmerizes you. Pistol does fuck all. Oh, you just have to. You know what it is.
Tonight and you check it tomorrow.
You know what it is. I bet it's the desecrated soil. And then Dracula's like, oh, I've fed all that. I've basically done a second feed for free. So basically, Rufus is like kind of. Oh, that's an interesting choice. Okay. Oh. Oh man, yeah, he didn't want to discard the knife there.
I guess because no, oh well.
Well, honestly, I totally get it.
There's only 2 fast horses, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh man, this is so risky. Okay, fine, it was desperate, so. But the thing is, he can't deal with it because he's used up his heavenly host. Imagine that's another thing. Imagine he played Heroic Leap with Mina and she lived. Van Helsing now has the heavenly host to deal with this desecrated soil, so then Dracula can't heal.
I know, yeah.
Oh man, because eventually that he revealed 2 desecrated soils. The chance of him playing a desecrated soil in the UK is so high. Oh
and that's
man.
the thing. It's one of those where that's it. This game's all about decisions that you make.
Yeah.
Can come back and excuse upon bite you. But
Yeah.
that's just how it works. You know, it's one of those. It's you know. That's what it's all about. You got to decide. I mean, Heroic Leap, typically I always try and keep Heroic Leap on Van Helsing because you want to pass it to whoever lands on Drac.
Agreed.
Because obviously the situation there, like we said, was does he do the 5 damage on Drac and then Van Helsing doesn't move in and then he's on 5 damage anyway. And you know, that way when Mina dies, then okay, you've only got it. Because if he'd used Heroic Leap, he wouldn't have had to move Van Helsing in as well, which then means he would have been full strength to deal with Manchester or whatever that would have been. So
yeah, agreed. Yep. Why?
Yeah, I mean, that's just a move for sake move. That's not gonna.
But you could have layered it. That's Liverpool, right? He's not in Liverpool, so that's just like he can't even land in Liverpool right now. So
No.
you can't. What? He's wolf formed into Germany. You know exactly where the fuck he is. I'd be tempted
to use one of these renewed vigors now. You got 2 of them. You got Seward. Oh no, Seward's only got the. Oh, he's got the health. He got rid of the 1. Yeah, I'd be tempted to just. Throw them down. He's only got.
No, that's terrible. I mean,
Jesus, that's Mina's horse.
Yeah, I mean, give it to Seward now. The problem is Seward's gonna have to take turns to get there. Oh, now he gets accident weapon. Oh my god. Oh yeah, just do it to Vampire Lair because you're not gonna get a stake, right? Oh well, I mean, I get that too. Oh man, just get him. Besides, you need to trade the horse. Get the horse traded. The thing is, he knows where he is. He's fucking in Berlin or in Leipzig or 16. Like he's not far from you. Oh, what are you doing? No. Sorry, I don't sound like a fucking rude backseat driver. You know where he is.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that Dracula has only done that. That is so risky. Imagine if he drew CG with these night supplies. He could just box him in so easily. And he's got 2 renewed vigors, for God's sake. Dracula's dead if he does that. I
think the hunters are getting a bit confused here.
Oh, I'm in real shock here about what's happening.
I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes you've got to do an action with a hunter instead of procrastinating. You've just got to. When you've got 2 renewed vigors, use one of them to even. You know he's wolf formed, even to get ahead of him, block him where he's going.
Yeah.
He's misdirect. You know, so I mean, feeds on the trail, hide. He can't go anywhere
because you can't. The problem is because he's in Central Europe, you can't let him make many moves because then eventually there's just going to be so many places where he could be. You want to try to eliminate some stuff. Wait, one? A bit, but like just get them. go to 9.
Just travel.
Yeah.
Just move.
And he's used wolf form, so it's not like he's going to go to Strasbourg then wolf form out of that.
No.
Just get.
I think I would have. Yeah,
just,
I would have
just
used
get.
one. Especially having 2 renewed vigors. I mean, you could use them both days, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
he can't get away from you. He's only moving one at a time. You could have 2 hunters on him straight away.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know what this is all about. I mean, I guess
he wants to give the vampire to use vampire, but then you
don't want to delay the hunter that's closest to Drac.
No, what you could do is you could get him traded up, with the horses, jump onto Drac, and with Seward's second action, with a renewed vigor, before. Whoa, that was a fucking night supply when he didn't have missing research, by the way.
That's a nice.
See, here's the thing, like, Dracula, I know he's going to get Discred Sword now, but, like, he's going to be a bit healthier. But if Seward and Godami are pretty well equipped, if they jump on him, they can kill a 9 health Drac.
Yeah.
But if they give him too many turns, they're not going to know where he is. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was. Yeah, I mean, as soon as he wolf. Because again, now he could have gone Berlin, he could be in Prague now, which is further away for the guys to try and get to.
Yeah.
If he gets Eastern Europe, obviously fast horses are more important and you don't have them.
Just
play it, mate. Just play it.
Yeah, you got 2 of them, just fucking play one. I get, if he moves now to trade and meet up, then he uses both to chase, I'm fine with that. Yeah. This is the right move, but he should have done it yesterday. He could then move more today. At least he's doing it now. He's pretty well equipped. He's got Heavenly Hosts spread out, which is kind of nice. And that's the thing, like, would I have gone that way? No, I probably.
In France with those 2, you would have gone Edinburgh.
Yeah,
and then
to get to North Sea.
Excellent weather, straight to Hamburg.
Yep, agreed.
Because you can land on a port. Well, I mean, the thing is, he could have will formed and landed on a port.
Yeah.
And then hope to, you think, right, okay, the hunters start moving further south to block him, and he just sits there, and then you try. I mean, it's risky, but it can work. Don't. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I guess you give him the weapon. Yeah, Sword's a little bit meh, but I mean, it's fine. The cool thing, what you can do with this, is because he's got good tickets. He could ticket first and then use horses, and the deck will be so flooded. The chance of him getting the white one, I think there's only one white one out, right? Because Sue got rid of one.
I mean, the thing is, mate, what he could do, he doesn't need to risk the white one. He could basically, if it renewed vigor, he could go down to 51.
Yeah.
Or rather, he could train. I mean, basically where he is, he could train down to 51 anyway and just check that.
That's another night supply. What are you doing? You don't need a night supply. Just consolidate. Oh, but he's getting so lucky with these night supplies, by the way. Holy crap. Great strength and forewarned. Oh my god.
30 cards, 35 left, yeah.
I don't know what the odds
guarantee
are.
This, if I was doing night supplies now, I'd be handing Drac cards like it was his birthday.
See, if they play, all it takes is one fight, and if they, but then the thing, man.
He's moving further away, feed's getting closer.
Yeah, and the problem is, if that's a vampire in the first space, that's even closer to maturing, if they concentrate too much on him, then that vampire matures behind them. But then if it's a reckless, if they jump onto the reckless, they could just lose the game immediately. There's a rumor. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
I mean, I guess if they were a bit flush with stakes, you could look at doing a vampire layer, take it down to 9, which then allows you.
Yep.
You've got a better, because he's nowhere near getting mature Fury of Dracula yet. It's only the third week. So
I would no.
That would then give you kind of
move by rail first. Move by rail first, so you increase the chance of you not dying, or the horse is not dying.
That's what I'm saying. You burn the 2 onto 51, and then just move across to 41.
Or I'd maybe go to 30 actually. But then I don't know. Crap.
Well, they could check both. You've got Seward in the same location. So
I think you check
them both.
Berlin and then you go down to 58. Shit. But yeah, you have no idea where he is, right? And there's so many connections. He could be doubling back, and you have no idea.
Is he there?
Oh wow,
Oh,
that was a good. So he could be in 44 now. He could be in 38. I think you just check 38 and make sure he's not going that side. Oh crap, this is bad. Yeah, you almost
you
didn't
need
want
to make sure.
You almost didn't want to jump on Leipzig, right? You wanted, but then you needed to find out where it was.
You just throw heavily host down now and fuck it, go for the kill.
But then imagine he gets bitten now, and then he loses, and he gets a point loss, and then you're weaker. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, honestly. Do you dodge to try to? Oh, I mean, I respect the knife as well. Yeah, because Dracula knows, right? He takes just a couple of fangs, and that's it. So he's probably more incentivized to play fangs. Oh, and he plays the mesmerize. Yikes.
The heavily host would have just killed him straight out.
I know.
Again, you don't know that because normally the reckless would play, vamp, play their fangs first. But I think at this stage of the game, you just
kill it.
You just want to kill it, and then you can focus on the hunters jumping around. You don't want to be struggling to try and find CG now because really, he's stuck in Germany. You've got two hunters with good movement, and I think you can just kind of, rely on them, get them tooled up, and just jump on it instead of having to go back and forward and find a stake. And
but then imagine if he jumped onto Dracula space today, they could just kill him now. This reckless vampire is just completely like null and void.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, he killed it. Holy crap!
Oh, right, good.
The thing is, it doesn't really solve the problem because imagine there's another fighter vampire behind it. He could just blind the entire thing because he knows he can just win with one vampire mature.
I mean, this I guess is when you trade. Has he still got escape route kicking about? You could trade escape route to Godalming.
I can't remember. I think there is, but I don't know if it's on Godalming. No, Godalming's got no fucking event.
He's not got anything. He's got his knife and that's it. So.
Do you just risk fast horse and try to get a 38 and see if he's there? Because Sud could join you.
Yeah.
He's got great strength, so you're not going to be worried about a death so much. I check 38, not 44. I check 38 here. You don't want him going south. He could also be in Zurich, which is kind of scary, to be honest. Oh, I wouldn't check there. 44, so yeah, I think 38 is the right play. And then check 60 with Seward. See, now he's found it. Look at that.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is now Seward could get there. Oh, a new vampire. The problem
that's fine.
Godalming's not very well equipped, sadly. Imagine if you had the heavily hose and knife. Fucking Dracula's dead against these two. Yeah. Unless somehow... Wait, hang on. Seward can definitely get into this fight. Because even if his fast horse died, he just rails from Strasbourg into Munich. They kill Drac. I can't see how Drac gets out of it. Unless he fangs a heavily hose first round. I can't see how he survives against these two. I mean, he could, but... He'll have to play the combat fucking flawlessly. And that is so hard to do. It's so hard to do.
Aggi's still... Oh, no,
yep.
Rufus
is in play.
Oh, did he move him into the... Oh, he did, yeah.
And imagine if Drac then draws shite cards. And they heavily host him both, and that's him down to 1 health.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
You just get Seward into this fight. Just get Seward there. Just roll to get to Strasbourg, and then rail. Forget about the fucking vampire lair.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, don't do that because then you can't
get there.
You have to roll 2. Move to Strasbourg with horses, then rail in. He could do it, but there's a risk. It might not work.
Oh, he's looking at the... Yeah, you can't yet.
Oh, because there's no road connection. He has to now roll perfectly. In situations like this, I'm going to pause this to explain this to people. When you got situations like this, make the guaranteed play that Sud gets into this fight. Even if you think, oh shit, I might roll badly with my horse, just because even if you draw that blue ticket, you get to 51, and then you just rail across, and he might die in this fight. And that's worth it.
The thing is, even if he, if you escape before he does, he can only move 1 space if he doesn't escape his bat. So you don't really need fast horses because you can get where he is.
Yeah. That's
So
that's the
you
only
don't
downside. If
don't
you did,
risk it. You just go for it. Just get him in the fight. It's got to
that's
be a 2-on-1.
that's the only problem. There's no escape as bat, anti-escape as bat cards anymore because that knife got. Oh no, he's shown him he's got the knife. That's right. Yeah, he does. But
Yeah, he's got a
Seward
knife.
doesn't. But Dracula doesn't know that.
Well,
Dracula
again,
does.
the thing is,
Dracula doesn't
if,
know
he,
he's got a heavily host and a crucifix.
if they get him down to 2 health, he can't escape anyway because Aggie will take it. So he's
No, Aggie's not in play, mate.
oh fuck's sake!
Your
So she's not.
fucking obsession with Aggie.
I know.
You just think
I love
she's
her.
always in play.
Yeah, that's where I go wrong. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he could
Oh
escape
wait,
his bat.
what were we talking about? He has sense of emergency with Sue. Just sense of emergency away in. If you really didn't want, oh no, yeah, if you didn't want to use the horse, just sense of emergency away in. That's it, problem solved. Then you heal up with your second action.
I mean, he needs to move at some point, otherwise it's going to go fucking night and Drax just going to leave. I mean, come on, let's just go. There we go. That's it.
I mean,
Make a decision.
saving the sense of emergency is fine because then if he does lose the horse now, but he's got to roll perfectly now. This is the problem. Whereas before he didn't need to. Oh fuck! Oh
Sword
no!
floor. Sword floor.
Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, if he'd done it the other way round, he would be in this fight.
Yeah, she was sends emergency straight in.
Or rolled Strasbourg and then Raylan. You've got sense of emergency to catch him later. Oh no. Oh, that's horrendous luck. It's bad luck, but still.
Van Helsing, just excellent weather across.
Yep, and then you could
Don't heal. Fuck off. Don't heal now. Just get to the mainland.
Yeah, and go down to Marseille by rail or something.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Land on the Le Havre. Yep. No. Just rest at night. Just keep moving.
Yeah.
Even get Van Helsing to
Marseille.
Milan,
Yeah.
Marseille or whatever. Get him into there, and then he's got fast horses. So even you could still, even if he gets away for this without escape his bat, you could still have a 3-on-1 tomorrow as well. So he's got potentially 2 days to.
Yeah.
If Godalming, and because he's nearly full health, just got the 2 damage, he can still do a bit of damage. He's stronger position than Drac is, so. And Aggie's in play as well. I'm only joking. in the game I'm watching, Aggie's in play, so it's all.
Oh, very good. It's like alternative universe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I mean, Mina's been fucking getting a tan down in Spain for the last 4 days. You need to move your legs. That's it. No. What?
Well, I mean, he's got renewed vigor, remember, so he can supply then move.
Yeah.
I mean, her items are absolute shite though. Oh,
She can get to Paris.
Oh my god, I'm just from a hunter perspective, like Dracula could. Oh man, because he could have gone back for the vampire, right? I mean, because he has a stake with Seward, he didn't need to kill that vampire. Just imagine if he was in this fight with Heavenly Host, 2 Heavenly Hosts, a knife and a crucifix. How the fuck is Dracula going to survive against that? Unless he magically bites one first round. But then he can just play crucifix and knife, and he wastes a fangs on one of them. Because that's the problem is now you having to play defensive and play an escape. That's not what you want. You want to kill. You want to be killing Drac. Damn, that's so unfortunate. I know it's like a 1 in.
I think that's the right move. Though you want to try and get out on the first one, and then get yourself prepared to jump on Drac when he moves. I mean, he's probably going to move from here down into Austria to stay Austro-Hungary to kind of get away. But
yeah,
Seward's still got the sense of emergency, so you can jump on him tomorrow anyway.
So you do a 2v1 in that. Yeah,
but that's just. I mean, if that's the case, it's just that's going to be down to like okay.
Oh,
after
wow.
that, you only get.
Well, that worked out.
Nice. So yeah, you're only going to get one last bite of the cherry after that second renewed vigor.
Yeah, I know. But the problem is because I'm
It's
not
been tense, man. It's been. I tell you what, though, for the length of time the game's gone, it's been. I guess it's a longer game than just an hour.
Yeah, it's Sunday second week. Yeah.
I mean, but it's only like a it's like pretty much flown through. UK was you battered through that.
Yeah. It's only been in the last sort of like couple of turns where like there's been I can see there's been quite a lot of indecision about what do I actually do.
Yeah. I guess so with Drac, knowing that hypnosis is burned, would you then risk doing a second C and then obviously then because it was obviously went to Germany, you could have gone a second sea, like you said, you could have gone Plymouth, maybe worried about CG, but you might be thinking, well, okay, I could go back to where I was.
Oh, that's all the white ones. Oh.
Well, that's, to be fair,
Yeah.
Seward's got his sense of emergency. You can still get to Drac as long as he doesn't escape his bats. So,
yeah, so
and he can't. He's got to move. So.
But the issue is Godami's only got one weapon, and he doesn't want to supply, right? I guess you're going to have to play Renewed Vigor and then supply, but then you have to move Godalming and hope you land on him. I've only had Speedy Telegraph, because you could have supplied with both Van Helsing and Mina and hope you get like a hired scouts. Yeah, I think...
the other option is he's still got fast horses, right? Godalming.
Yeah, he does.
So, basically you just go, right, well, what you could do is you can search... you could search 59.
Yep.
Fuck it, don't bother supplying, just rule 2 out to find out where he is. Then you can get Seward on him if he isn't one of those 2. Then all of a sudden you've got a 2v1 again. And then Seward can supply. But at least you found him, because otherwise, if you supply, there's effectively 4 locations he could be at.
Surely he's gone to 59 knowing that 2 horses are burnt. Or is that too obvious?
But again, well, right, okay, so he's applied, so now he needs to...
He's going to have to move.
Punt the stake. Get rid of the stake.
Yeah, get rid of the fucking stake, yeah. You need a weapon. You need to fight him. Maybe just check 59. I think it's too obvious he's gone there, but maybe he has, because maybe he just thinks he's too safe. Oh, he did go there. Holy crap. Okay. Alright, fair enough.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine, because it triggers later, so
that's good.
That doesn't...
That's good.
Just sense of emergency your way in. And then you can either heal, or you could supply for a day event. He doesn't get an item. He doesn't get an item, sadly. But just go.
Sense of emergency. That's it. That's it. Don't. No. Just.
Oh wait. He could sense of emergency then vampire lair. Oh no, he can't because there's 2 special actions. He can't. Whoa. Oh yeah. You could do that now, I suppose. Oh, that wasn't worth it. That's so unfortunate. I get it.
I guess if you've got planned ambush or something, fair enough. But
yeah, I think you take the risk. I think you take the risk and do it. But he could have healed now instead. But at least there's no encounter to hurt him. He's got great strength too, so maybe the 2 health isn't as critical.
That's true. Great strength is there. Yeah.
Here's what I do. I supply with. No. You supply with Van Helsing, because if you get a planned ambush, you trade it.
No. Oh yeah. We'll go to a big city at least. Oh right. Okay. No. I guess I can see why he doesn't want to go to Munich, because
there's a vampire there.
Get him.
Yeah, but then he needs.
Yeah, can't do anything now. He's just going to supply a small. Yeah, and then he can't. Get
look.
Yeah. I know.
See what I mean? He could have. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
okay, and that's obviously BS luck. But you never know. I've had so many games where you sit there and go, "I'll just do a random supply." He could have got it, and he would have been able to trade it.
Yeah. And all of a sudden,
and he can't escape his bat. He can't escape, and now he can't escape his bat, and that's really good because Seward has no anti-escape his bat items, so that's perfect for Dracula.
Yeah,
definitely. But now the fact if Lucy's Revenge was there, he can't escape. Oh man.
Chartered. All right, okay. Chartered cash.
But he's got 2 fucking white ones. But I think maybe you just play it to get him closer.
You burn the white ones. Fuck him.
And get up.
There's always that risk of.
I would go up to.
No, go north.
I'd go 7. But who's gonna deal with fucking Munich though? I get it to go to Munich.
There's plenty of time for Munich.
But then we don't know what's in Nuremberg either. I guess it's discrete soil. Oh my god.
This is at this part of the game. I'd be prepared myself as right. It comes down to just taking Drac out.
Yeah. But to be fair,
this is what it's down to. So
it should have happened in Munich though.
Yes. Yeah. But
the fact that Dracula's given him a second chance. Obviously, I'm not saying Dracula played badly. He had no option but move normally.
Well, that's always the danger when you go 1C then Wolf. And again, as you say, especially the Hunters being so close to Germany.
Yeah, I thought that was incredibly risky. That's so risky.
You don't need the hypnosis because they found him. So
I guess maybe the argument is that if he moved an extra sea space, then they're all supplying an extra turn, and then it's more likely they get good stuff. But the fact
then they could draw Drac cards. You don't know. It gives. It's more about at that point you're playing for your own strategy, not what the Hunters might get from it.
Yeah. Oh
And then he
man.
could have been English Channel, he could have been North Atlantic, he could have
Oh,
been in Spain.
wow. So holy crap, that fucking.
That's 4 off Suet, that's good.
And he's burnt the piss. Oh, he's burnt a punch. That's really good.
That's
He's
good.
wasted a
That's good.
strength on. From a hunter perspective, he's burnt a strength on a punch.
This is good.
From a
Okay.
yeah. Okay. I
Again,
mean,
Sued's not been involved in it, so he doesn't know what Sued's had. He's not. That's the other thing we're working. You know, when you go to the UK, you're only dealing with one hunter, so you don't really have the
yeah,
option of other hunters using trail cards to find out what they have.
yeah.
So you're flying blind at the moment. When again, you don't know what Sued has. Play the crucifix, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, I think you just fucking go for it. Either that or just punch. But I think just a random
See,
crucifix could work.
yeah,
And if he ends up strengthening the crucifix, well then Dalming's knifing him. um,
mm,
so
yeah, yeah.
yeah. He's unlikely to play fangs now because he knows a heavily has been used. He's targeting to it. What? Is he gonna mesmerize? Oh, what? Why would you fang? He doesn't have heavenly host. That doesn't make sense to me. Why he'd fang in that situation? Oh, well,
GG Strider.
Jesus! Holy moly!
Wow. Now, as I said, so that's what I've seen, right? So what I would suggest, if you go back, because this is just worth hearing for itself, go back the last 2 moves, take it off mute, because Strider's reaction is fucking legend. Just in that battle, but Strider's reaction is legendary. So if you're able, are you able to play his?
Just for the combat?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fuck it. I'll yeah.
Because
Let's see if we can hear it. I don't know if the people at home will hear this. Maybe a bit too quiet. You can watch Strider's original commentary. I'm so interested to get his reaction to fucking Lucy's Revenge. Oh my god. Nope, just nothing. No reaction to it. Oh man. Oh, I'm doing the fucking volume. I don't know. Can you hear it on the Discord stream? About the game music or not?
I can't hear the game music. No, I don't think he has it. I think he's just chatting on it. But it's
I can hear the in-game music. You can't hear it on the Discord stream, no?
no.
You know why? You know why?
Come on, WizKid, tell us.
I think... Is it because I have to do this? Now? Can you hear the in-game music now?
No.
Oh, what have you done?
Well, I know what happens. As long as you can hear it, that's fine, and the audience can. I've already heard it. It's just If you could hear the music, then you'll hear him.
Let me just check OBS if it's picking it up or not. Oh, it is, but it's very quiet. Sorry, folks at home. Right, you might have to watch Strider's perspective. I don't want to put out too much because it'll burst your eardrums.
Yeah, but so you'll hear. So it's when Drac plays the fangs against Crucifix. You'll hear. You should hear Strider. I hope you do. It's fucking legendary. It's what this game's all about.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm fucking hyped for this now.
Honestly, I was fucking laughing this morning when I heard it.
Oh my god. I just hope I don't wake up the household now.
You'll have done that anyway, while you're stressing out over the game. You're like, oh my god, heroic leave. And I'm like,
yep.
Oh, he's at it again.
Oh, is he going to react to the fact he's not targeting Sword? Nope.
Okay, so plays that.
The
funny thing is, if it isn't picked up, there we go. Right, so yeah, I can hear him now.
So what's he saying? Wait.
This will be it, guys. There's a chance.
Right, okay. You'll hear him. Yeah, so you'll hear him this one.
Right, okay. This is gonna be legendary. I don't understand why Quincy played Fangs against him. I mean, maybe he had no other option. Maybe they're all just like shite things. He just hoped, oh,
Yeah.
right,
Here we go.
I might get lucky and like Fang a rifle or something. Oh, here he comes.
Does that hurt him? Yes, I win! I win! Yes!
Strider,
yes!
you're a legend.
Yeah! Woohoo! Yes! That's a win, guys. I beat Quincy Morris.
Oh. Strider, you're a legend. If you listen to this, that is the best reaction anyone could have.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, I'm crying over here. That's amazing.
Do you know what though? Do you know what? What I said to him was the funny thing is, and I said that to him. I said, "You've still got to learn the fucking cards because before it, he goes bangs against Crucifix. He's like, does that hurt him?
Does it
So
hurt
he didn't
him?
even know. It's like, right, start studying the cards for fuck's sake. But that reaction was honestly, I was almost spitting my coffee this morning when I heard that. I was like, that's amazing. That's what the game's. That's what the game's all about.
Nuts.
He's just typing what he says.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm not being as animated as Rossco because I know for a fact if I laugh at anywhere near the volume you are, I'm going to wake up everybody and my wedding will be cancelled. Absolutely.
You need to watch it again tomorrow, mate. You watch it again.
Oh
you
my.
listen. I mean, you know what? If you did like a YouTube kind of best clips of games, that would be number one.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? I started putting one together, but I kept losing track. I'm just going to have to commit and just keep note of all these moments. That is just amazing. I mean, fair play. That is a person who's come into the community, and I mean, we were saying beforehand, bottom of the table, having a bit of a shite time, and even despite all that crap, 11 influence down, could have caught him in Munich and rolled a fast horse like blue ticket, and then to have caught him again and then killed him.
Fantastic.
And arguably in a weaker position because he had to burn 2 health on Seward. I am absolutely. I just. To be fair, I guessed something was going to happen because of the length of the video. I kind of realised towards the end, I think he's going to catch Quincy here because there's no way, unless somehow a hunter dies, there's no way that this game is going to keep going. But
I think that's why when I saw the length, I thought, oh right, so I skipped it because I was like, I had to go to work and things, so I was checking it, and I thought when I saw Quincy, it was already at 11. You're like, right, so Quincy must have won this. All right, that must be the end of it. I thought I'll watch it there, but I think just for our audience again, we'll just rewind that a little bit just to get Strider's reaction again, and it's honestly, you've never had so much relief, excitement. And he said to me, he's like, and quite right, he said, he's taking a big scalp there with Quincy, who people that know it, he's got his channel, he's a Fury Dracula connoisseur, and you could see that for Strider, I'm surprised this will probably be a surprise for Quincy, as it was for Strider.
Yeah, but obviously, obviously, we're the first to have seen this. Pizza Wizard hasn't seen this. Randiv hasn't seen this. So from the table, this really, really, really throws the entire title race for the American League up in the air. Even though it's a Quincy loss, not a big one in terms of IDS. It was only 2 IDS victory, but we've said it before. The wins are what matter. IDS is like a secondary thing. If you don't win, so that's now. There's only one more one more week of the American League just because there's so few players compared to the European League. But everything is riding on those couple final game or two. I think everyone's only going to have 1 game left, and that's just going to create so much excitement for the final week. Oh, this is just unreal. Oh my god, that's just I know my voice is revealing it, but my sides are almost sore from just the sheer
I just love it. I've never heard an outburst like that, and it's so good to hear.
That beats all of my outbursts.
that hurt him?
I love that.
Yes, I win! I win! Yes! Yes! Yeah! Woohoo! Yes! That's a win, guys. I beat Quincy Morris. Woohoo! Nuts.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone. Thank you for that crazy game. That was nuts.
Oh my god. Oh.
I love the whole. I just love the whole fact, like the whole etiquette goes out the window as well. You know, usually it's kind of like you win, it's like GG, GG. He's like, fuck all that, woohoo. In case you didn't hear me, I'm typing what I said. Woohoo, nuts, fuck you. Yes, I want. It's like, yeah. Do you know what? You deserve that, mate. I just love that. There's no.
Oh
I mean, you know, Quincy did the right thing. It's like, yep, GG, that's it. That's the etiquette. And
Yeah.
afterwards, kind of you chat in Discord, what have you. So that's
Yeah.
right. And usually that's how it is. But I love it that you know what? Fuck etiquette. You can see Striders how much that means to him, and I think that's fantastic. You know, that's the thing about the game as well. It's you know, for anyone new that joins or new to the community of the game. You'll get games like that where you might go on a run, you'll lose and lose and lose. But listen, you got to enjoy the game. If you don't enjoy it, then it won't. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You got to enjoy taking part. Strider's there, like I said, he was sitting at 1-6 or whatever, and you heard that. You know that's meant so much to him to win that, and that's what every player should be doing. We all get caught up in. Oh fuck! This is especially me. I get so angry, pissed off. But the fact is, I enjoy playing it, so I keep coming back to it. So if you're new, don't get disheartened. You probably you will lose games because there are experienced players here, but we all started somewhere, and you'll become experienced as well. So stick at it, enjoy it for what it is, and that just made my days. Fucking Strider, you're a legend, mate.
But I was just say, like, it doesn't matter if it's Fear of Dracula or any other game, and this is like kind of like the thing. I mean, we've talked about it, and I think Quincy's mentioned it too. There's a reason why when new players come in, that we don't, as more experienced players, we don't go, all right, I'm going to take it easy against you. No, because then when you beat us for the first time, this is what fucking happens, and you feel it that you beat us at our own game. And sure, everyone's different. Maybe Quincy had a slightly off day. I have off days. Roscoe has off days. But you beat us fair and square at our game, and you're not going to have any of us going, "Oh well, yeah, well, I took easy." No, you didn't. that was a genuine win. Okay, we can sit here being backseat drivers, going, "Oh well, Strider made mistakes. Quincy made mistakes." It doesn't matter. It all just ended up that way, and you could definitely see in another game, Quincy got away with that with 11 points. Reckless does 2 more Fangs attacks, that's it, GG, or he kills a hunter or whatever. That's a completely different game. But despite all that stuff, it just, as you said, the victory is what matters. I mean, I'm really happy that, I think the only time I've had like really big outbursts, apart from when I win sometimes, was where etiquette went out the window, was when it was not recorded, thankfully. But it was a game where it was the Bugs Warcraft game from the previous league. And I can't remember who was it. It was you, me, and Pizza Wizard, and maybe Gyro. We were all in the Discord, and we were all watching it because I just played a game and I jumped in, or we were recording something else. We jumped in, and I was just fucking screaming, going, "Come on, Bugs! Come on! You gotta win!" Because obviously it all mattered. Because like Warcraft lost that game, and that lost him the league, right? Obviously other things happened too. So like it's not just that one game. But of course you do. Like, you get wrapped up in it all. And it's like, that's what it should be. Like, of course, we've got etiquette amongst ourselves. But, it's a game. It's a game.
It's a game first and foremost. It should be enjoyed. And you're right, that game was brilliant because I wanted Bugs to lose because that would have helped my standing. And obviously you wanted him to win. So between us, it was a case of then Pizza Wizard and Gyro had to choose which side they wanted. So it was a case of just like, right, one of you side with him, one side with me, and just for shits and giggles, it was like, come on, Mr. Green, and you're like, fuck off, come on, Bugs. It was like,
But it was the most amazing game too, right? It was just the most epic, and it came down to the final battle on the final day. And it's unreal, absolutely unreal. Going back onto this, I mean, I think we've said kind of more than enough. I think, Strider he won, full credit. That we can't take that away. We're not going to sit and go, oh no, you won. You didn't play well enough, so you don't get that win. No, of course you're not. You fucking won, and that's that's definitely a win notched up. But in terms of like certain things, were not dealt with very well. The Edinburgh fight could have potentially just pushed the game way beyond his control. Quincy played well to get those 7 points early, and also the fact not to have gone to Galway was actually very clever. I never really thought about it doing that way because often you do. You only check one Irish city.
Yeah.
So it comes down to 50-50, and Strider picked the wrong one. So he got away with it, got 7 points. The stuff he put down in the UK was good. Desperate Soul made perfect sense, and he got health back from it. Good spy, good bodyguards. He baited Mina in. And then the fact that the whole thing, the knife and all that, it really then swung back and, really swung into Quincy's favour. But then the fact he wolf formed into a place where we all knew where he was, there was no real obfuscation going on. Maybe, I don't know, from Quincy's side, I'm going to have to watch Quincy's video now to see what, from his perspective, what he was thinking making that move. There's probably a very purposeful reason behind it. Maybe he thought that they didn't have the movement. I mean, he wasn't until they had double renewed vigor. So, that's, as a Dracula player, you maybe think they've got one. You never expect them to have both. Especially with the amount of cards he'd gone through at that point. And he got them both quite early, I think. I can't remember. He got one early. I can't remember the other one now. Maybe just thought he could outrun them. Or if he could distract them with vampires enough, he could just escape. Which, I totally get.
Yeah.
He didn't want to take too much difference from Rufus. Maybe the fact he played Rufus, if Rufus didn't get played when he did, maybe that changed Quincy's mind. I don't know. I totally see Quincy's point of view. I don't actually know if Quincy put up the video today. I don't think he did. I doubt it. Just because it was so new, or maybe he did. And then obviously the whole fucking Strasbourg Munich thing. I'm going to go back. I'm just going to see, did Strider react to when he lost the thing with Seward? Because, that for us, I thought the game was, obviously I know the time of the video, so, I kind of realized, well, something else must happen. But I'm kind of interested just to see when he moves here, does he react to it? Oh, this is now, right? He needs to reveal the ticket. Because that's the main thing. This is like a potential game-losing moment when this sort of stuff happens.
I don't know how talkative he is in his videos.
Rightly so. If he's concentrating, I totally get it, because this is hard enough. It's hard enough trying to play and talk, and also be coherent. Depending on my mood, sometimes I just can't be coherent. My commentary just depends on what's happening. Let's see if he reacts to it. Oh.
Unlucky.
Wow.
What did he say?
That is the most understatement I've ever heard. He was just like, unlucky. Wow. Talk about being chill. He saved all of his energy for the final.
The lows and the highs.
Yeah, but that was like, I would have been fucking raging. Where he's just like, oh, unlucky. Yeah, unlucky, but you could have avoided it. Or you could have still drawn it. Actually, no. Well, he might have still drawn it, to be fair. Because obviously when he put the yellow 2 in it, reshuffled the pile. But he might have drawn it. He had more chance of drawing it going from Brussels to Strasbourg. Then at least he would have railed there, and that's it.
I guess
he wouldn't have had to burn the sense of emergency later. Yeah, there's so much stuff.
I guess as well, though, if he sends emergency there straight to Munich, then he faces the new vampire. If shit happened then, he could have then faced Dracula with like 5 health, 4 health, and all of a sudden it could be a bit different. So it may have worked out that he managed to just bypass the new vampire to jump on. It all worked out fine for him anyway. But it's just it's just a game's a fucking.
I think there's also another message. We've seen a few. I'm going to just say, I think Strider's messaged me. He might be available, so maybe we could get him in very quickly for like 5 minutes of chat. I'll send a message in a minute. But I think there's also another really good example. Did I record? Oh yeah, I recorded the Burke Marley Mr. Green game. This is a perfect example of how the game is never over. As long as you make, coherent decisions, and you have enough resources to make them work, the game's never lost. Never give up. It's just about being just clear. Just like, I know it's super stressful being at 11 influence. That's a really tough decision to be in. And you've lost Mina and all that stuff. but just take a breath, make your moves, and then things can work out. So let's see. Sorry,
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
going to do it. I'm going to.
all that.
On you go. Say something. Yeah, on you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, you can get distracted by all the other aspects that go on in the game, and then lose the actual strategy that you're playing. And that's the problem: is you want to focus on what you're doing, stick to your decision, make it, because the IDS isn't going to go down. You're only on, it's not like you're on Sunday before the next day, and that's it. You've got plenty of time, really. Even with Munich, there's plenty of time to find the right stuff. The deck's renewed. It's just a reset button and kind of doing it again. So don't get, hunters kind of can get too, and I'm guilty of it as well, doing it. You kind of going, oh shit, right, if that happens, I'm going to lose it. But looking at the whole overall, okay, like there's plenty of time. It's only Sunday, there's nothing else there. The trail's clear. The room has been blah, blah, blah. But when you're in this situation, I think it's one of those where you decide, you make a plan and go with it and just commit to it. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll go back and forward and procrastinate, and then before you know it, you'll start to get muddled about who's got
Yeah,
what and where.
agreed.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh
That
fuck,
thing.
what was I going to do? Just make a decision, action it, and then
Yeah.
just
Just
stick by it.
just commit. If you just commit, you normally end up making the right choice, or it ends up working out for you. If you dilly dally, you actually lose more actions that way, and then you end up in really bad situations. So I've just asked Strider, would you like to join us? And he just wrote yes in fucking bold caps. So I think the only way I can do this, I think I'm gonna have to add him to the DM. Sorry, people listening to this are gonna be like, oh my god. I should be professional and pause the recording and edit all this out, but I'm not going to because I'm a lazy YouTuber. Let's try and get him in here. I don't know what that's gonna do to our chat, Rossco, but we. Oh,
Can you hear me?
I can, but you're very quiet, Strider. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the recording until we get you set up, and then
I
we'll
just joined a
restart.
call.
Well, so we've got on the line, as you might have heard, before I cut the video very abruptly. We've also still got Rossco here, and we've got the victor of the video. Strider is with us. Hello, Strider.
Hello. Hi,
So,
everyone.
hey, yay! Congrats on the win. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm excited. I always watch every video that you guys do, and you guys are the dynamic duo.
There we
Thank
go.
you. Well,
Thank you very much.
you've had a great. You've made our night, mate. It was one of the best. Honestly, we just say that it's the best reaction I've ever seen to a game, and it was just, and I love the fact as well, just how how you typed in what you said, and we were talking there about the whole, once the etiquette's done, it's like GG, that's it, you come off, but it was just such an outpour of emotion that you'd won it. It was like I loved it. It was just unbridled, raw emotion. Yeah, I've won. Woo-hoo! It's like, yes, you have, Strider. Yes, you have, sir.
I think the thing I would say, the comment from my point is just like I haven't, because when we did reaction we muted you, but the only two things I find really funny, I watched you going back. I watched you going into Munich or trying to get into Munich. You rolled the white one, and it's just the way, just so calmly, with like no like anger, or just like, oh, unlucky, with like nothing else. And then when you're into the combat, and then you play the crucifix, you're like, wait, does that damage him? And then the reality kicks in.
Well, yeah, because I don't take things for granted with the game anymore, because you never know. You just never know, because it depends. Dracula's hand could have been better. I was just fortunate. Um, and Quincy is such a pillar in the community, and he was my first tournament game that I played. So it just feels good being able to play someone like him, who's so strong in the community, and then come out with a win.
Oh,
Um,
no,
and
thoroughly deserved.
yeah, and well, he got his influence really quick. He was up to like 11 influence before like the end of the second week. I just got very lucky. I just guessed where he was, um, and I had the double renewed vigor, which helped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But no, it was a blast. But I always record my videos, and when I first started making them, I used to ask questions all the time. And now I'm just quiet unless I get really excited. So I'm happy that people got to hear it. But because I do that when I'm alone anyway. If I'm playing a game, I get excited. But it's nice to have it recorded. But thank you both again for your contributions to the community. Only thing that's sad is that we can't have like a European North American face off. Because I know we're on our own different islands, literally.
Well, I mean, there's no reason why we can't. I don't know how, in terms of how we're going to organize that, in terms of like if people are going to be too fatigued after the tournament. But once our respective, because obviously your league's going to finish before ours, just because of the number of players. I think you've only got one more
Yep.
week left, right?
Correct. Yep.
So once we're all done, if there's appetite and we want to do some sort of like, playing for national pride, well, for us it's not national pride because it's a continent, but you know what I mean, like we could do something. We could definitely do something. I'm not against it at all. It all depends on people's appetites for it.
Well, we've spoken about doing that, like a Ryder Cup version, Europe versus the US, and it's like top 5 European players against top 5 American players or whatever. Do something like that as a kind of similar to the golf. So that'd be something there. But one of the things Scot-sword and I were saying, Strider, is you put a spanner in the works here because obviously your victory tonight or last night is obviously going to have a benefit for Randiv and Pizza Wizard. So it could be one of those where you could be the hero of the group, that they'll be thanking you and they should be sending you money through PayPal for potentially helping them finish a bit higher as well. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, for that big tournament prize that we all get for winning. But
yeah, that's it. A feeling of of overwhelm, but a feeling of benefit, and because one of the things we were talking about within your game, which now we've got you, it'd be interesting to get your thoughts on this. Obviously, the main issue was Mina landing on Dracula while she was holding Heroic Leap, and obviously then having to die and have hypnosis. So I'd say to Scot-sword, one of my thoughts would have been to use Heroic Leap, sacrifice Mina, but you're doing 5 damage. And Scot-sword was more about kind of hanging on to that. And obviously, when Mina dies, you lost it all anyway, and you didn't do the damage on Drac. So what was your thoughts? Did you plan to use it, or were you holding on to it, hoping to get out of the battle, or?
I was hoping to just jump in and escape. Because I did do 5 damage in the combat, because I did do the Heavenly Host, and I think I had her punch.
Yep.
So I did get the 5, but I was thinking I don't want to just kill her. Let me see if I can have her survive. But then I got thwarted by Quincy when he mesmerized her, I think, so she couldn't even leave. But what really screwed me over was when I landed, I got hit because I planned to do Heroic Leap to begin with, but then I was at 5 HP.
Well, that was just that's the thing. Well, that was the thing we were looking at, because obviously, when the spy card was played, what we were saying is you should have just revealed your hand, because it wouldn't really have mattered at that time, because then you would have kept the knife. So when the bodyguards hit, you would have just taken 2 damage and you wouldn't have been delayed because you would have had your knife to counter it. So at that stage, it was a case of it doesn't really matter if Drac found out what you had. In fact, it's probably better for him to know you've got Heroic Leap.
Play it instantly,
so that
right?
was only, because the spy card was like, we were like, don't give it your knife. And we're like, oh no. And then obviously bodyguards hit and it was like, so that could be the difference of 2 health to 5 health, to 4 health. And then you could have then, as you say, got out of that anyway. So, and then obviously Van Helsing would have then kept his weapons for the following day. But it was interesting to see that. But yeah, the spy card, I think when it gets to that stage, it was like, just show Drac what you have. But
yeah, I'll have to rewatch it. I didn't realize that sometimes I go so quick that I get excited and just keep clicking.
To be fair, my game against Mr. Green, I had that as well. I was just like clicking things, and then the interface didn't work how I wanted it to. I was like, oh no, what disaster! And I watched it back. I was like, you're a Wally. The interface told you what it was doing. You just didn't pay attention because you were just too excited about your master plan. But the thing is, like, the other thing we were talking about is like when you're playing, especially with hunters, it can happen where you've got like these chain of events that happen because you had to move Van Helsing in because you had to get him to a 2v1 to try and give Mino a chance to escape. He had to burn his Heavenly Host, and because he burnt the Heavenly Host, you couldn't deal with the Desecrated Soil in Manchester. So Dracula got 3 health back for free. He killed Mina, which he might not have done necessarily, and then the fact he didn't get the 3 health back. So he did 5 damage to him, but then he got 3 health back from the Desecrated Soil. If he'd revealed everything with the spy, obviously it's easy now in hindsight to go, oh yeah, this is obvious, but if he'd revealed everything with the spy, yeah, you would have lost a white 1, but who cares, because you weren't in a region where fast swords would be important anyway. You got other hunters who are on the mainland who could have got that ticket back, you would have done 5 damage to him. He had to go to sea. Rufus Smith is in play, and he's not going to get the 3 health back from Desperate Soul, and that makes then the whole thing in Central Europe even easier with 2 hunters. You're having to deal with a 6 health Dracula now, not a 9 health Dracula, and in the end it didn't matter because you still got him. But then that could have been the difference. That 3 health could have been the difference to keep Quincy alive. And if you'd burnt all your resources on him, if he'd got a Fangs round 1, taken out the hunter with the Heavenly Host, say Seward, and then you're left with Gadam, who's only got a knife, he could have worked around it. It's just funny how things that happen maybe potentially 10 turns earlier could have such a big influence later on down the line. It's very hard in hindsight to know the influence of sort of decisions like that.
That's good to know. Like I said, I'm still trying to improve. Like I watch videos all the time, and I was very fortunate to guess where he was to begin with. But like I'm happy with the result, but I didn't even think of those options because I was so sad that heroic leap I couldn't use. That was my whole plan to bring her there.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it off of her.
No, that's
But
I guess the other thing we saw as well, and again, this isn't. I mean, you've won, and this is all about you, and the celebration will go down in the history of Nomad's games. I'm going to get it on a soundboard and just keep playing it back whenever I play. But it was the other one we were talking about when Van Helsing, before he moved to Venice on renewed vigor, was a case of, right, okay, you can't get to him, so supply first and then move.
Yeah.
And obviously you moved to Venice and supplied, and you drew Lucy's Revenge, and we were saying obviously renewed vigor, you would have drawn that first. You could have then transferred that over to Godalming. Not that it matters because you won anyway, but it would have just been a nice. Yet you would have had another comfort zone there where Godalming's now got Lucy's Revenge plus a knife. You've got Seward in there, plus you've got great strength. All of a sudden, it'd be a case of, if I was a hunter in that position, I'd be thinking, yeah, I'd back myself to beat Drac here without the risk of, if I play this, what happens? Because obviously then Van Helsing couldn't move it. So the renewed vigor is one of those where, and it's always difficult to try and work out when to use it and when not. But if your hunter's not going to get involved in a combat, supply first, because especially Van Helsing, supply first, because there could be someone you can transfer across to the hunters that are in fight. As I say, it's all academic because you won it anyway, but it would have just been a night, had he got away from there, Lucy's Revenge would have stopped him from escaping his bat as well, and then it would have helped you. So, that was just the other thing we had, because 2 renewed vigors back to back at the time you got them was pretty damn good. That's what you needed to kind of catch him.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, to be honest, that I did the math wrong. I thought I could land on him. Because it's hard to see the roads on the map because I'm not as used to it as veteran players. So then when I realized I was there, I'm like, oh well, I can't make it anyway. So I'll just supply now because I thought I could move and jump on him. And then I realized I couldn't. I was like, oh, then I got Lucy's Revenge and it was kind of like a smack in the face. I could have traded this. And maybe got that chartered carriage onto Van Helsing earlier instead of getting it on Mina. But, those are thoughts. And I could have also played Sense of Emergency a turn earlier.
Yep.
With Seward.
To just get into Munich, and then you just could have healed up, and then
But I was hoping I was just hoping that I could get a 2, but instead of drawing the white 1.
Yeah.
But I kind of deserved the white 1 after I accidentally discarded it. So.
Yeah. We were talking about it. The way you do it in that situation is, if you know the chance of you rolling a white 1 is high, then the way you do it is you play fast horses first. I mean, it's easy now. We're seeing it with the map, but you'll see it when we do the reaction. Get the fast horse roll, and even if your horse dies, doesn't matter. You can still get from Brussels to Strasbourg, and then you can rail into Munich. So at least you've lost your horse, but you're in the combat, and you're in a 2v1 combat, and you can do X, Y, Z.
To a rail line? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so Strasbourg and Munich are connected by a rail, not by road. That's the problem. You had to roll a 2 to get in, and that's why I'm saying, even if the horse doesn't die, doesn't matter. You have to roll a yellow 2.
Gotcha.
Which, but that's okay. It's in hindsight, it's very easy. It's very easy in hindsight to say that.
And I was very lucky. Like I said, I felt that I was worried he would escape as Bat, which is why I escaped with Godalming instead of fighting him.
Makes sense.
So that was my plan. Like I can't beat him 1-on-1. I knew I had to have Seward there, and I was grateful that he tried fanging him. And I think that crucifix is more powerful. Um,
Well, yeah,
I think it's a strong card.
it is. I'm trying to remember now, Scot-sword, where that was. We did our video about kind of top tiers on where the cards are and things. I think Crucifix, I'm sure it was a bit higher than we thought. Because, I mean, effectively it blocks three things. And most of the time the vampires will try and mesmerize or fangs. So, and it's 3 damage. I mean, it's the same as a knife, and one less than a heavenly host, but it does twice the damage. So, yeah, I think. I mean, you don't want to. I mean, I think at one point Sue had 2 of them, so you don't want 2 in your hand, but one with a conventional and a heavenly host. You're pretty much tooled up for any eventuality. All that's missing is a garlic, and then you can stop the. You can start damaging with claws as well. But yeah, that was just priceless Striders. Like I say, when I watched it this morning, I was like, right, I was nipping to work. I thought, I'm going to fire through, see how it ended. I'll watch it later. And I messaged Scott afterwards and said, right, mate, we've got to do a review on this one. I didn't tell him what the outcome was. I says, we've got to do a review on this video. And I didn't tell him anything about it because I hadn't seen the game up until that point. And then, say, once it was done on there, it was a case of, right, we need to go back. I said, now go back, take it off mute, listen to this. But it was, yeah, I mean, I say it's one of those. It's the gameplay was you picked the right gameplay. It's you found he went to as we were saying that the wolf form to Germany was kind of unusual, especially knowing that hypnosis was burnt. I think you're right what you said. You did enough damage to Drac in the UK. Put Rufus in, so it stopped him going a second C, which was correct. And Seward and Godalming, it was a case of we were just urging you to say, because you kept teasing us by hovering over renewed vigor and then going away from it. We're like, no, click it, come on, do it, Strider, do it for that, do it for us. And it was like eventually you clicked it. We're like, right now, no, don't do that. And then you started moving Vampire Lair around. We're like, oh fuck, no, don't use Vampire Lair. It's too late in the game for that. This is down to it's just you and Drac is going to come down to just killing him. And you were right in what you were saying. All you had to do was get Seward to that battle. So no, it was a fucking great game to watch. It really was.
Yeah, I mean, I was worried when he played that reckless vampire because I was worried about these ambushes
Yeah,
being the end of the game for me. That's why I burnt the heavenly host on it.
yeah. To be fair, I'd say that Scots. I was like, I said, I think you just burn Heavenly Host now, because at this stage of the game, you're not going to be plucking around trying to find consecrated ground. So really, just get rid of that, get rid of the rumor token, and then you can just focus on Dracula. So I think obviously, and again, it's always funny when you're watching these games from different perspectives. You're always sitting kind of going, why would you not fang? But of course, if you don't get fangs, you can't play it. So you can only play the cards you have. So as it turned out, he plotted you heavily host, job done, and it all just sort of fell into place at the end there. So um,
My counter argument would be that it was still a very risky play to play Heavenly Host, because imagine if he did have fangs and he bites you, that's one more point, is one more point closer to victory. So if anybody else tries to go and deal with the vampire, the game could be over at that point. And also then you're a Heavenly Host down, and even though you use Heavenly Host on the vampire anyway, but that's a Heavenly Host that could have been used on Dracula, and that would have made, and it just the way it all panned out, the fact that Dracula went to 59, it gave you the chance to supply and then move on to him. So you had a second item. So you had the pistol. So you had another damage dealing thing. But otherwise, Gadami only had a knife. And then that might not have been enough. Maybe you needed the Heavenly Host for Dracula. That's why I was saying, well, maybe ignore the vampire and just try to use the Heavenly Host on Dracula instead. But in the end, it all worked out, as you said. So it doesn't really matter. But it's just things you have to figure out. There are high risk plays, and sometimes you just have to go for it. It just depends.
Right.
I think because you knew Seward could get there, because we saw the sense of emergency. We knew that Seward could get to the fight. That was a bit. If it had been Godalming sort of isolated, then yeah, I agree. I'd be like, right, okay, let's just, I want to keep that for the battle with the big man. But you knew that Seward was going to be backing up because he had that sense of emergency anyway. And you kind of going, right, the knife was fine. And because we were saying about using your fast horses to check Vienna and check 59 just as rule, but you picked the right one, and typically sometimes we were saying that, it's like, well, is that too obvious? But sometimes the obvious move is the right move. So yeah, it kind of just fell into play at the end.
Yeah, that was really risky too because I rewatched it. I should have moved first to make sure Dracula was there, as opposed to supply. That's where I supplied, I think, with Godalming,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved. But I should have just moved to see if he was there, then supplied, because I did definitely risk losing his trail at that point if I
That's
was wrong.
that's true, but at the same time, you wouldn't have had that second item, right? Because obviously, 59 is a small city, so
Oh, okay, that's why I did it then. All
so
right,
that's
I'm just doing it from memory.
I
Yeah,
think I think supplying in a big city makes more sense, especially if you're down an item. If you're fully equipped, then no, you'd move twice. Um, but yeah.
but well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Thank
was.
you guys for watching the game, though. I mean, like I said, very exciting for me. Quincy is where that he's the person that I discovered the Free of Dracula Discord with. I mean, I own the board game,
Mhm.
um, and then that's how I joined the community. And I played you guys, which was fun. Um, and now here we are. It's like it's running full circle, kind of. So I'm very proud of beating him, because he's such a great member in the community, and he's such a good player and just nice guy to play. Um, so I do want to give a shout out to Quincy as well because he is a pinnacle of the server, um, and it was an honor, like I said.
And you're right. I mean, yeah, you fully deserve that. Scots and I were saying that is one of these that when newcomers come to it, we're using your outburst as that's what the game's all about. It should be, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but what you should do all the way is just enjoy the game, enjoy participating in it, enjoy the thrills, enjoy the stress, enjoy the victories, and that's one of those where people that join the Discord not to get disheartened because they're always going to play, and likewise whenever we play, the experienced players will always play to the same level to win. We never go easy on anybody new starting because the fact is it doesn't benefit anybody. So, for example, you could hear that what you've just said there, exactly emulates what we spoke about. Was the fact that Quincy's one of the OGs here. When I started, I mean, I've played over 1,500 games with this, and I started just before COVID. And at that time, there was myself, Quincy, Mr. Green, maybe another two or three. Apologies if I forget, but it was pretty much only three of us in the server. So if we were playing a game, it was against one of the three of us, and then eventually it was every game you're playing is just one on one against these guys. So the three of us have kind of played each other more times than we care to remember. But you're absolutely right because when you win and you beat a player that is experienced like Quincy, the feeling of satisfaction is tenfold than if you'd played before and thought, oh, that Quincy's going to take it easy on me because I'm new to the server. No, no. Once you join, you're stepping over a line,
Mhm.
and because we all did it, we all step over the line. You got to learn on your own accord. You got to learn what you need to learn. You use the videos that are there and various other things, but it comes down to it. And then when you beat Quincy or anybody, any of us, then it's such a I can only imagine. Well, I don't have to imagine because it came out. How, as you say, how proud you felt that victory meant so much to you because it was Quincy that you beat. I think is the
Mhm.
important thing as well. So all credit to you, Strider. You played the game, and again, the whole thing about Fury is it can turn on a dime. It really can. It can look like the jaws. The victory was stolen from the jaws of defeat, and you certainly turned it around. So it made a great game and one that I've enjoyed watching in a long time. I think both of us were ups and downs. Scot-sword was getting stressed for you watching it, but
Thank
yeah,
you.
it was great to watch. So thank you for providing the community with that kind of game.
Right, and for the record, I did lose the first six tournament games, so it's not like
Mhm.
it's a you don't just come out and win. And I know it can be discouraging for newer players is to come in and lose, but that's the way you get better. Because I think I had an
Hmm.
earlier game where I messed up how I did my consecrated ground, but that's a learning experience, and you don't get better by just watching. You have to actually make those mistakes and live them, um, and then that's how you
Absolutely.
become a better player. And that's why and that makes the win that much better. So I'm over the moon. Thank you guys so much for reviewing the game. Like I said, the dynamic duo. I love all your videos; they're hilarious, but
Mhm.
informative at the same time. I don't know how you can talk so much about the game, but it's great and it's inspiring. So
Oh
thank you
yeah,
for
most
having
of the
me.
time it's probably about 20% is about the game, and the other 80 is just us talking utter bollocks, and then forgetting the
Mhm.
rules, forgetting how the cards are played,
Yep.
and then trigger the community to come on and say, "You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about." It's like, nah, well, we just like making stuff up. It's fine. So yeah, once this is out, you'll be able to watch this back and hear
Yep.
our review of it.
It'll be out in a
But
couple of
it's been
days.
it was great to to get you on this as well. So I say I really wanted you on because of that output, that response. I was like, if we can get you on live after the event, then yeah, that was fantastic.
It was worth it.
And for disclosure, I'd given a kind of the figures, the league standings from last Sunday. We gave to the people listening, so they knew the situation of this game, and how important it was for both. Quincy has to win to stay in the top three. You wanted to win to get your other victory and kind of get off the bottom as well. So we'd kind of, laid out the landscape of the match, and it delivered, and then some. So again, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
No worries. I'd love to
Alright.
chat more, but it says it's 1. I think I have to call it. But we'll look forward to reviewing some of your other games. We've only got one more game left, so we'll keep an eye out for that. And good luck for the rest of the tournament, both of you.
Thank you.
Likewise. Okay, cheers, guys.
Right,
Take care.
bye bye.